Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your StarCraft AR1 Max 21 FB travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things taken into consideration when parking. On your campsite, I want you to think about leaving room for that big awning. On your off campsite, I really just want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be. Your power cord is going to come out of the very rear corner back here. Then your water is going to be just in front of your tires on your off campsite for campsites. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, first thing we do is unhook our hitch and level our unit. Unit does come with a powered tongue jack. Got a night docking light. Should you arrive at light, simply extend or retract until your unit's level. Now, if for some reason should you lose power, under this rubber stopper right here, you can take a hand crank for your stabilizing jacks. Put that on there and get this up and down should you not have power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure them have a wiggle loose over time. Once we got our unit level and stable, we're going to go ahead and bring down our stabilizing jacks. I am going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. You can use an impact driver or drill gun on these. 3/4 inch crank. Don't really need to, they come down pretty quick. Get your jack pads, put them down, run these down just until they're taut. Once you've got any type of resistance on your hand crank, go ahead and stop. Remember, our unit's already level. All we're trying to do is stabilize it. Get all 4 of them down. Once we get our unit level and stable, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Now our power cord, again, is going to come out of this rear corner here. Stores inside. 30-foot, 30-amp cord. Should you need to plug into a 110, there's a 30 to 15 amp reducer that'll be in your convenience pack. It's power hooked up, let's hook up our water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use these when hooking up because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Take that off, hook that up, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. One more step before we do that, and that is finding your hot water heater. Above your tires and your off campsite, your hot water heater. And all we're doing at this point, drain plug. Get that drain plug back up in there. Get that in there nice and tight. Once that's in there, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a few minutes, I want you to go inside and open up all of your water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Get all the air out of the lines. Once you get all the air out of the lines, shut them off. And then come outside here to your hot water heater. Lift up on your pressure release valve. And if water's coming out of here, then you know your hot water heater is full and we can turn that on from indoors. Now say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water at a campsite. We're going to go dry camping or boondocking. In that case, just above our rear tire is going to be our fresh water tank. Potable water. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Fill this up with a hose. Gravity fill it. There's 2 ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that while you're filling it. Once it's full, remove that hose, put that cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you will turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit, starting here on your off campsite. So we got our pass-through storage here. Our stabilizing jack. Hot and cold outdoor shower. Our city water connection. Right here's where we'll dump our black and gray tanks. Access to the back of your fridge, your hot water heater, your freshwater tank, your freshwater drain, Flue for your furnace, couple things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that, it does get hot. Here's your low point drain right here. Access to open that up inside. Cable input for the campsites, again your power. Your spare tire, I recommend getting a cover for that. Keep it from dry rotting over time. It's like a brand new tire, you want to keep it new for when you need it. You do have a pitch control on your awning. Simply pull down on that and that will tilt your awning for rain to run away from. Up front here we got a couple of outdoor speakers, a porch light, a vent for your microwave, a couple of 110s as well. The other side of our pass-through storage with your hitch work in there. Your propane does come with a cover. It's on a regulator. So if you point it toward the tank you wish to be using, left you loose it open. Green means you've got gas. Last thing out here, you got a couple of levels already put on the unit. The prior owner. That about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up our steps here, the first thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of emergency. Over to my left here is going to be controls for our lights. It's going to be my porch light and interior lights. Your awning. On your awning, you're only going to want to run that out until you see that brown bar. And your flap falls down like so. If you hold that down and continue to run it out, it will run itself up backwards onto itself. Not just this unit, but new units as well. So only run it out as far as you need to. We'll run the rest of it back in shortly. Coming around the unit, simply hit the light and spark on all these. You will have to get down inside and light your pilot light for your oven. Down here, access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Ton of 15s there, a 30, a 40. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Over there on the wall behind your dinette is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I want to mention that's 12-volt, if you are out dry camping, and I saw no battery disconnect on this unit, if you're going to be gone for the day, nothing plugged in, charging your batteries up, then go ahead and disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Come up to our sink. Underneath here is going to be a little control panel where we can see the level of our battery, fresh, black, and gray tank levels, your water pump, your water heater. This table will lift up. Remove those legs. Put your table down on this lip here. Put your back cushions on top. That will give you another sleeping quarters. Over here, this jackknife's down. Underneath there is also access to water pumps and a furnace. Back behind that is your emergency exit window. Come over here to our Norcold fridge. Turn that on auto. Auto means when we're plugged in, we're running off electricity. As soon as we unplug, we're running on gas. Put that over on gas. If that light starts flashing, check your gas. Your gas will be getting low. 1 through 5 over here for your settings. Nice Norcold fridge. I've been doing this for a while. Access to the back of our shower inside here. In our bathroom, I do want to mention 110 with GFCI reset up here. A hand crank open vent in here. Plumbing. Keep an eye on your plumbing. You bounce it down the house or bounce it down the road. You never know what's going to wiggle loose over time, so keep an eye on things. Come over to our thermostat here. Let's turn the AC on. It might be too cold in here for it to come on. Actually, that is your fire extinguisher, or excuse me, your smoke alarm. No, it might be too cold for that, but it's definitely not too cold for heat. Turn the heat on. Alright, your heat running. Now you'll notice when I shut the heat off, it does take a few minutes for that heat fan to shut off. Got a little storage back here. Not much more to talk about in the unit. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. Close the unit up. I'm going to go ahead and bring your awning back in and walk through the unit and shut off all the lights. So we just walk through, make sure all the lights are off, all doors and drawers are closed, exit the unit. If we are out dry camping, bring up our stabilizing jacks, jump up underneath here and dump that freshwater tank, hook up and head on home. If we are at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Dump's going to be right in front of your tires on your off camp side. That 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and then pull your black handle. That's going to be your sewage. Once that sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank, make sure it's empty. When it is, close your black handle, pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaning waters, your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Usually while my grays are dumping, go back inside and underneath your couch where I showed you had access. You can get inside there and you can open up these low point drains right here. You see 2 nozzles for that. That'll open up those. When your gray tank is done, close that gray handle, grab your sewage hose, and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this StarCraft for many years to come. Happy camping.